Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me from around the globe. My name is Leslie Townsend, and today I will be addressing issues in market research as they pertain to the experience of the mobile respondent from some perspectives that we are not currently hearing discussed too much in the NewMR industry yet. During a year of rushing to incorporate social media and mobile technologies, the research industry has been changing at a pace that I have not experienced in my 30 years in the industry. The change incorporates the interaction of a broader technology set as well as the modification of research methodologies to both capitalize on technology benefits and to minimize response bias, better authenticate and evaluate participants of various research activities, and hopefully also service our clients by providing more affordable solutions and in a more timely fashion. But how does this rapid change, impact the research participant experience? I won't call survey takers respondents or panelists anymore. They are now participants, as I will explain in a bit, and increasingly may be participating in an activity that they do not view as research per se. I plan to focus foremost on the broader experience of the mobile respondent, especially as pertains to their participation in panels, whether it be public access panels or corporate private use panels. Here there are three largely differing types of experience to be considered. The first is that of the smartphone user who has a touch-screen device such as the iPhone. The second is that of the smartphone user who does not have a touch-screen device. An example here would be the BlackBerry. And the third experience would be that of older non-smartphone devices, which are generally referred to as feature phones. Our own research has shown, based upon a random sample of our survey traffic, that approximately 2% of respondents entering web surveys were attempting to enter with a mobile browser. This is mostly U.S. traffic originating from panel companies. Further details are in a white paper that may be downloaded from the kinesis-survey.com website. It is interesting to note that a high percentage of devices are not smartphones, indicating that it may be necessary to support each of the three mobile segments previously noted. Putting aside the three mobile segments, here are some situations that any mobile participant might experience in today's world. Scenario number one, a participant checking email on their phone attempts to take a survey by clicking on the URL within this email invitation, but quickly discovers a screen he or she can't get past. Maybe they are even so diligent as to try to resume on another device, but find that process doesn't work and that they have to start from the beginning. Scenario number two, a participant takes a survey on their mobile device only to find that they have to change devices in order to redeem their points and collect an incentive because their panelist website or payment mechanism is not mobile enabled. Scenario number three, a participant attempting to take a survey on a mobile device is sent through an authentication process and invalidated on that basis because the authentication process does not support mobile survey takers. All of these scenarios and more like them simply indicate that participants will be less likely to try again at the next opportunity. As an industry, we have focused upon the issues with mobile participants who receive surveys that are too long, contain flash, contain a wrong question type, or encounter too many open ends. We know how to solve these issues, and as an industry, we need to resolve them quickly. But these are actually trivial in relation to some of the greater challenges which we will discuss momentarily, and in fact we are already starting to see companies make sacrifices in order to solve some of these problems. They're making sacrifices to their survey designs in order to more easily accommodate mobile survey takers, with some early measures being to restrict survey length, place conditional logic on some questions that are designed for web browsers only, and also thereby shortening the survey for mobile respondents, using less engaging question types, such as those containing flash, basically going back to more basic question types, and utilizing shorter questions and choice sets, or displaying lengthy choice sets across screens. There's very little time to address these issues. Smartphone usage is exploding worldwide. In the U.S. and Europe, smartphone penetration is closing in or has exceeded 25% of mobile phone usage in several countries. Moreover, fewer research participants are entering surveys through the traditional means of the double opt-in panel. Many are recruited from social media or pulled directly off of websites. In the case of the former, recruitment from social media, mobile traffic represents as much as a third of overall usage for such sites. Now let's turn from the focus on the survey experience to the broader research landscape. What we are saying is that all market research solutions, surveys, communities, panels, social media, and the emerging routers for pulling in and distributing participants from social media and river sampling, must support mobile devices, which includes iPads and netbooks, by the way, as they are all part of a continuous process of participant engagement. The total experience encompasses traditional recruitment and participation methods, and also participation without recruitment, that is, participation on the fly. The real challenge is that, like the mobile survey, the total experience will be somewhat different for each participant based upon the type of device used and the legal and structural requirements in the region. None of these activities will be identical across devices. But the overarching best practice is to make the recruitment, survey, and post-survey processes through incentive redemption and opt-out as similar and as seamless as possible. This reduces participant confusion, and it makes it more likely that they will be willing to participate wherever they may be on whatever device they are using at the time. This means that, as an example, if a participant needs to redeem an incentive, they should be able to do so on their mobile phone. Likewise, lost password retrievals, project views, both historical and current, mini polls, chat rooms, and other common panelist and community portal functions should also be accessible from a mobile site. This may become a downloadable application, providing another registration mechanism as well as a way to capture location-based data. But restricting the mobile portal to a downloadable application also introduces additional bias into the research structure at this time. Today's content management systems are limited in their ability to support mixed-mode respondents as well, and where content is supported, generally speaking, popular extensions to those CMSs such as social media may not provide the type of mixed-mode functionality that's desired. The development environment around mobile often means developing for each operating system, a more labor-intensive effort than is entailed for non-mobile participants. This means, in the short term, some functions may be transportable across media and some will not be, and that development and project programming costs may increase due to the effort required to support mobile devices where standards are rapidly evolving. Solutions will differ across geographic regions, and especially in regions where smartphone penetration and mobile browsing are less common alternatives to web-based and downloadable applications. But even in the U.S., our own research has shown across millions of mobile completes that nearly a quarter of those completing survey projects on mobile devices are still using feature phones, indicating that there is a strong need, regardless of region, to support the three types of experiences on mobile devices that I referred to earlier, these being touchscreen, non-touchscreen smartphones, and the feature phones. Like mobile survey taking, mixed-mode mobile panel recruitment has its own set of best practices which have not been as often discussed. There are varying approaches to both mobile surveys and mobile panels. Our own solution is browser-based, meaning that respondents use their mobile browsers to register to join, complete surveys, and engage in other ways primarily through the use of their mobile browser. I had the opportunity to listen earlier to the presentation of Navin Williams and agree that paramount among these best practices, and this should go without saying, is the need to support respondents regardless of what device they are using. So here are some early best practices for incorporating mobile into the panel process. Best practice number 1. First and foremost, the invitation process needs to be thought through carefully and may vary regionally. The laws regarding the sending of text messages vary from country to country and entail per message charges. Mobile email is the best practice where the application and the regions permit. WAC push is possible in regions such as Europe where a common wireless network standard, i.e. GSM, is used. Best practice number 2. If sending text messages, delivery scheduling is essential. In application, messaging and posting to portals are some easy alternatives to getting around this technique, saving some money and some complexity. Best practice number 3. Displaying access to privacy policies and support in the form of hyperlinks may be challenging if these are commonly used as footers within surveys. While these can be supported on smartphones, older devices will not support them. An alternative that we've used for feature phones is to program them as upfront questions to display on the device if the participant indicates that they wish to see them. Best practice number 4. The branding experience should be consistent across devices. Branding includes survey URLs, background templates, and survey look and feel. We recommend branding on all screens for everything but feature phones, where we typically brand on the first and last screens only. Best practice number 5. Double opt-in and opt-out processes may be required if multi-mode invitation formats will be used. Best practice number 6. If there are some functions that will be disabled when in mobile mode, participants should be informed in advance. For instance, some type of payment systems for incentive redemption might not be mobile enabled. Best practice number 7. Let panelists know what new mobile features and social media features will be coming. Engagement is currently more limited on mobile devices in many respects. Best practice number 8. Authenticate participants wherever possible as the panelists build and not during the survey taking process. And if speeding, engagement, and other types of in-survey behavioral activity are to be measured, separate measures must be made to take the device usage into account. Best practice number 9. Use of geolocation may also require separate opt-in. The laws regarding usage are in flux and vary from region to region. Last but not least, best practice number 10. Mobile video still poses many challenges. The data collection solution used must be able to detect whether a download is required or streaming may be supported. Multiple file types for your video format will be required. Mobile-only panels are also emerging, primarily to measure activities that take place on the device itself or to measure and interoperate with retailer programs. With mobile-only panels, downloadable applications can solve many of the issues around best practices by offering an end-to-end experience that stays on the device. But it can also be limiting in terms of easily upgrading functionality, attracting a broad demographic, and working similarly across various devices. Most people agree now that recruitment from social media sites and directly from websites, including mobile sites, is essential to create a more representative sample. This means that some participants will become panelists while others will not, but might otherwise engage in a one-off survey project. Smartphones increasingly offer access to the Facebook services either through their web browsers or downloadable applications. As of July 2010, more than 150 million active users were accessing Facebook through mobile devices across 200 mobile operators in 60 countries. More than 30% of smartphone users are accessing social media sites on their mobile devices. According to ComScore, as of March 2010, access to Facebook via mobile browsers grew 112% in the past year, while Twitter usage experienced a 347% jump. Use of social media is by far the fastest growing activity on the mobile phone, making it impossible to separate the evolution of these two technologies. As social media recruitment increases, the usage of mobile devices by survey participants will increase with it, and researchers must be prepared. The technological challenges are significant, and aside from device display issues include the fact that the legal frameworks around privacy and notifications require panelists to be handled in a more personal manner than they do on the web. The fact that content management systems, and especially their extensions, are often not mobile ready. The fact that developing downloadable applications requires development for each individual mobile operating system, although currently rapid progress is being made in this regard. And the fact that payment mechanisms used in traditional panels may not be set up for mobile redemptions. I personally believe that there will be immense gain from the effort to support mobile participants. Geolocation as a new form of metadata, a greater ability to obtain research at the point of sale and consumption, and the ability to garner responses from those who are not accustomed to participating in research should drive us forward as we reinvent the field of market research. Thank you very much for your time. If there's any remaining time, I will be happy to take questions.